How you doing, guys? Welcome to the fourth episode of the Independent Wrestling Podcast here on the Independent Wrestling YouTube channel. We are associated with the Independent Wrestling Facebook page. We just passed 86,000 likes this week, so thank you very much for that. Hope that number continues to rise into 2016. Let's not waste any more time. Got a really stacked show today, guys. Southside, Rev Pro, New Japan, Limitless Wrestling. Let's do it. Start off in the UK, Southside have booked Will Ospreay versus Cedric Alexander for their April 9th show in Sheffield. They're doing a double header, and they're doing one afternoon show and one evening show. Talent booked for this show, we have Will Ospreay, we have Tommy End, Cedric Alexander, Colt Cabana, Eddie Kingston and Maya Yim, aka Jade. Fantastically stacked card, very indie-rific card you could argue, which really suits me. I'll be going to the doubleheader as per usual. I try to get as many shows as I can of Southside. Really like what Southside prioritizes. Southside prioritizes wrestling for the most part. They let these guys just go out there and have a great match, which is all I really want to see, to be perfectly honest. When it comes to kind of creative entertainment and storylines, I watch WWE for that mainly, and maybe Ring of Honor. Even that, a lesser degree. But independent wrestling and puro stuff, I watch wrestling for the freaking good wrestling. And Will Ospreay versus Cedric Alexander, I'm sure is going to be superb. And both guys very highly talented. Saw Cedric Alexander have a really good match with Noam Dar at PCW Ring of Honor Weekend Show 2. So I'm really sure these guys are going to tear the house down. Probably going to be one of the main events of the evening. And I'm sure it's going to deliver. Two very athletic guys, two very talented guys, I might add. So this match is going to be superb. Make sure you get to this show if you're nearby. April 9th in Sheffield, doubleheader of Southside. Revolution Pro Wrestling, another company I'm really getting into. I really liked them at the end of 2013. 2014 had a really good year. 2015 was their best year. And 2016 looks like it's going to be even better. This match, Marty Scurll versus Timothy Thatcher, February 7th. It's a Sunday live at the Cockpit 6. It's a great venue they got in London. Love that kind of intimate setting. This match will be superb. Timothy Thatcher doing a big tour of the UK, working for all companies such as Preston City Wrestling, Southside, Revolution Pro. And I'm really glad Thatcher's getting the opportunity to kind of let himself become more well known in the UK. Marty Scurll, always said how big a fan of Marty Scurll. He's got the gimmick down to the finest point, which I really, really enjoy. Revolution Pro Wrestling as a company have a lot going on themselves in this year. They've got AJ Styles versus Zack Sabre Jr. booked for their January show. I believe it's like the 16th, 17th in York Hall. Also on that show will be Speedball Mike Bailey will be in action, and Will Ospreay versus Marty Scurll in another match which a lot of people want to see. It's the number one contenders match for AJ Styles, who currently holds the British Heavyweight Championship. Interesting to see if Zack Sabre Jr. goes over AJ Styles, which I hope he does. Especially with Zack Sabre Jr. not working for Noah anymore, the amount of time he'll be in the UK is going to increase, and I'm sure that seeing Zack Sabre Jr. more in Revolution Pro Wrestling is a good thing. So fantastic stuff. This match is going to be superb. Cannot wait for it. Another man that's kind of making strides in the UK this year is Chris Dickinson. He's on his first tour of the UK, and he's working for Preston City Wrestling and Tidal Wrestling. I booked him, maybe Southside will get in the action too with him. But I'm really glad Dickinson to get his chance in the UK. I didn't really see much from him in 2015. I saw a bit of him in 2014, 2013. A really great match with Davey Richards for CZW on their Cage of Death shows. That was great. Had great talent. He's done some stuff with Kimberly and Beyond Wrestling, which is the only stuff I've seen from him in 2015. But this match, Road to Glory, Preston City Wrestling versus Rampage Brown. Very similar styles of worker, these guys. Very hard hitting, very see what you get, strong, very kind of the British interpretation of the strong style. And I'm sure this match is going to be very hard hitting. Dickinson will want to make an impression. Rampage Brown always makes an impression on me. I think he's really great. I'll hope in 2016 will be a big year for Rampage Brown. He works for next to every major wrestling promotion in the UK, be it Progress or Preston City Wrestling or Rev Pro when he gets a chance to work for them. And I'm sure this match will be great. Road to Glory also has Timothy Thatcher versus Noam Dar on the show. Very much looking forward to that one. Drew Galloway, we've got Tajiri and Billy Gunn also going to make an appearance. And Matt Hardy will also be making an appearance. Lots of big names coming in. Very much looking forward to this weekend. It's the 5th and 6th of February. It'll be a big weekend that. 5th and 6th, Friday 5th, Saturday 6th, and the 7th will be Rev Pro. So it'll be a fantastic weekend for me. Cannot wait for that one. Be great stuff. Final bit of news from the UK scene. Britannia Wrestling. Zach Gibson, Morgan Webster. Haven't seen much of this promotion, but this match really caught my eye. Two of the best talents in the UK today, no doubt. Saturday 23rd of January. Get to the show if you can. Zach Gibson is one of the most all-round talents in the UK today. He just has it all. Great on the microphone, got a great look, great in the ring. And Morgan Webster, I've already kind of raved about him throughout the podcast, how great he is. So this match is definitely one to check out. As I say, Saturday, 23rd January, the Den Big Town Hall. Not saying that right. I can't profess to be fantastic at reading stuff that I'm not really too sure how I pronounce it. But that being said, fantastic looking match. Both guys are great. Thoroughly recommend you get down and support this company because this looks like, just as I say, a fantastic match. Now we're going to go to the USA and North America with Beyond Wrestling, The Dream Left Behind. Sunday, January 31st, 2016 at the Arts at the Armory. And this is their first show in this new venue, a bigger venue I imagine, so they're trying to really make an impression here. So I think it's a good upgrade for Beyond Wrestling. Their previous venue, as great as it was quite little, and I think it's probably good to expand a little bit. Notable names in the show: Chris Dickinson, Christopher Hero, Johnny Gargano teaming with Tommaso Ciampa, Sami Callihan, and most excitingly, Zack Sabre Jr. is making his debut for Beyond Wrestling. Best wrestler in the world, no questions asked. So that'll be fantastic to see. Quite keen to see him go up against Chris Dickinson. Then that would be really fantastic stuff. Doesn't think that's happened before. I doubt it. I'll hopefully look forward to seeing that if that's the match they end up going for. Another match announced: Tracy Williams versus AR Fox in a submission match. Tracy Williams is really great. It's going to grow me a little bit. I saw a bit of him for Evolve near the end of 2015. And AR Fox, I'll wait and see how that one goes. AR Fox is one of the guys that's hit or miss for me. He can have some good matches, but equally he can be a bit erratic, put it that way. But that match should be interesting. AR Fox in a submission match is certainly a unique kind of way for AR Fox to work. So it'll be interesting how that goes. But Beyond Wrestling, great company, great crowd. If you're in the area, definitely go and check this one out. If you're not, I'm sure they'll put it online and buy the DVD when it's released, because I'm sure this one will be an absolute cracker. Moving on to a new company spotlighted this week, Limitless Wrestling. A fairly new company that's definitely making some noises in the right manner. Saturday, January 30th at the American Legion Post 84. They're running Zack Sabre Jr. at Under Fire. This is the second show, I think, so booking someone like Zack Sabre Jr. is just fantastic. I've said it before, I think Zack Sabre Jr. is one of the best wrestlers in the world today. He'd be in my top 3. He might even be solidified as number 1. I think he's absolutely incredible. And this show, I'm sure, is really going to drop it bigger because of Zack Sabre Jr. being on the card. I don't know how well known he is out there. That's my only concern. I commented on the post about him getting announced and saying this guy's unbelievable, and this guy's commenting, I have no idea who he is. So hopefully he'll be able to kind of go and impress and kind of show them what he can do, which is all he really can at the moment, especially going to a new territory. But this show, I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. I saw some of the highlights from their first show, and it definitely looked some fantastic stuff, really cool venue, and it just looked like something I'd be investing in as a fan. So I'll leave all the links to Limitless Wrestling in the comment section down below, so make sure you go and check it out. Let me know your thoughts on it. Hopefully we can get these guys a few more followers. I know the promoter's a great guy, and I'm sure he's going to kind of get this company going big. So Limitless Wrestling, about Zack Sabre Jr. Under Fire, Saturday, January 30th, the American Legion Post 84. Going to talk really quickly about Ring of Honor Final Battle 2015. I haven't posted a review about this show. I'm on the channel as it's kind of got past me, and I actually had a long discussion about Ring of Honor Final Battle on the No Wrestling Limitations podcast. I'll leave that link down below. Episode 19. Me and Adam and RCA had a long chat about Ring of Honor Final Battle, so if you want to hear a more detailed response from myself and Adam and RCA, I highly recommend you head over there, kind of check out that episode. It's a really good episode. Talk about a lot of cool stuff alongside Ring of Honor Final Battle. That's the reason why I'm not going to have a long discussion about it here, or I am going to post an individual review. And that being said, I'm going to have a wee discussion of it now, just so viewers of only this channel will kind of get some of my thoughts on it. Overall, I thought it was a pretty disappointing show outside the main event. So running through 3 matches I thought were quite good. I thought Kyle O'Reilly versus Adam Cole was good, and wasn't nearly as good as other people were making it out to be. My main problem with this match was that Kyle O'Reilly completely did no sell the leg work applied by Adam Cole. The whole offense was on the legs of Kyle O'Reilly from the whole first proportion of the match, and Kyle then started kicking Adam Cole with the same leg he had worked over, and seemingly no damage had been done, which can have put all of Adam Cole's offense at the start of the match was a complete waste of time. And that took me out of the match initially, sadly. I'm also near the end. Kyle O'Reilly was targeting the left arm of Adam Cole, and that was made even clearer by Adam Cole taking off the elbow pad to release the pressure, which is good. That was really good stuff. But then when Kyle O'Reilly went for the submission at the end, he went for the wrong arm, and it's just made really obvious with that one elbow pad on one arm, elbow pad made not on the other arm, especially when Adam Cole made the effort to reveal that throughout the match. That was a bit disappointing. That's a small thing that took me out of the match to a small extent. But the match was good. I really liked the spot with Adam Cole and trying to save himself with his fingers interlocked. Couldn't quite do it. And each finger by finger, he lost grip, allowing to Kyle O'Reilly to get that arm bar completely locked in. I thought it was really cool. The match was good. I give it 3.25 stars for those who are interested in my ratings. It was good. Then we had another match, Roderick Strong versus Bobby Fish. And this match was pretty good. I give it 3 stars, which is pretty good stuff. Has a really... Put it this way, this match was very crisp. It was very smooth. It was a good match. That's all I can really say about it. It was just a good match. The ending was a little... for a major show. I like definitive finishes on your major shows. It's a bit annoying, and it's treating the audience a bit silly. Like, the referee's never going to see that, and I just think he probably could have. And it just didn't really make much sense to me. Heel Roderick Strong is a good idea, but I don't want to have heel Roderick Strong of, I'm going to cheat my way out of matches like an Edge, which Roderick Strong is not like that. Because they build up the whole year of having fantastic matches and being just the best guy in the company. Especially matches with Jay Lethal, and that would just undercut all of that, in my opinion. That being said, it was a good match. Main event, Jay Lethal, AJ Styles was awesome. This match was so good. This is one of the best Ring of Honor matches of the last 5 years. I think it's maybe the best Ring of Honor match since Davey Richards, Tyler Black, Death of Florida's Honor back in 2010, was it? I loved this match. This was so good. The thing with this match is that the spots that came you didn't see coming. In WWE, if Cena's going to hit a top rope AA, you see it coming. You're kind of watching them build up to it, and you're like, oh, he's going to hit a top rope AA now. But the big spots here didn't see coming. For example, when AJ Styles went flying over the top rope, he went through a table. And no one saw that coming, and it gave the absolute holy shit moment. That's awesome. And Lethal Injection, which I know people have a problem with as a finisher, because it's a bit of a... It needs to look really crisp and out of nowhere to make it like effective. If you're just standing there and hits it, it's a bit like, I just don't really buy that as like a capable finish. Because the whole point of wrestling, you think it seem like it's real, make it really realistic, and I don't think that maybe hampers the realism and thus hampers my entertainment value and shock value. But that being said, the Lethal Injections were fantastic in this match, really out of nowhere feel about them, and that's what kind of maybe contributed to a small extent to why the match was so good. And AJ Styles had a great performance here. I know he's quite injured. I think he's toning down his bookings for 2016 I should say, because in 2015 he had a lot of bookings. He was on a lot of shows in the UK and in the US, so I hope he does calm it down. I think he'll be working a slightly more reduced schedule in New Japan. He has to be working the Road to New Japan shows, the Road to Tokyo Dome shows. But big match with Nakamura this weekend, which we'll get to in just a second. But yeah, Ring of Honor Final Battle is a bit disappointing. Really great main event, but the rest of the matches were just kind of good. Roddy, Fish, and Cole O'Reilly were good, and the rest of it was probably just underwhelming. So it's the biggest show of the year. It wasn't nowhere near the Ring of Honor's best show of the year, but it was fine. It was a really really good main event, and that kind of makes up for it because you can just pay the money to watch an awesome main event and you feel satisfied, if that makes sense. But overall, to summarise, let's go watch the main event because that is probably the best Ring of Honor match you'll see for a long time. And to conclude this week's episode, I need to talk very briefly about New Japan Pro Wrestling Wrestle Kingdom 10 from the Tokyo Dome. I'm recording this Sunday afternoon, to be published Sunday evening, and the show will be Monday morning for the British person. January 4th, it's their tradition to put the show on. Wow, this show's going to be amazing. I cannot wait. Hype levels are extremely high. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about it here. I've talked about it quite a few times in the last few weeks of the podcast. I just run through my predictions are, and then I'll hope you guys enjoy the show, and I'll obviously talk about it in next week's edition of the podcast. 6-man tag team, never title match, new titles. I think the Bullet Club are going to win that. 4-way junior tag, I think Ricochet and Saidar are probably going to win that one. They've been built up as the new face of the junior division. I think it would be quite cool to give them a run. Bit of freshness, I think, throwaway wise. Shibata Ishii, I think Ishii is going to retain his title. Naito Goto, I think Naito's hopefully going to go over. He hasn't won at the Tokyo Dome, but I think it's time to put him over. I just think his heel gimmick's been so good, and he needs a big win. So I hope this is his opportunity for that big win. Omega versus Kushida. It's going to be fantastic stuff as well, no doubt. I think Omega will probably retain, but I think this match is a dark horse to steal the show. Honma Makabe versus Anderson and Gallows. Very dry division, the tag team division, and the heavyweight tag team division. So I think Honma and Makabe are going to go over. Give Honma his win on the big stage. A huge pop if he wins. That should be good. Nakamura Styles. I think Nakamura's going to win. I think that's going to be unbelievable. I really cannot wait for this one. It's going to be unreal. And the main match, Okada Tanahashi. This match is 5 stars, and it'll be the greatest rivalry in the history of wrestling. Full stop. They've had so many classics matches, and they have put out an amazing match. It'd be amazing. I don't think they will, honestly. I think they've done almost everything they can do for this feud. But it's going to be great nonetheless. I'm just debating whether it's going to get to quite the 5-star level, but I hope it does. I really hope it does, but I'm just not convinced. That's about it, guys. It's going to be 30,000, 40,000 people in this arena, this dome, and it'll be a fantastic time. So you'll be very silly not to check this show out. And that will do it for this episode of the podcast, guys. Thanks very much for listening. Cannot wait for Wrestle Kingdom 10, as you can imagine. I'm sure you're all very excited. Lots of exciting stuff this week. And make sure you just kind of enjoy wrestling. Enjoy this week. Get New Japan World. Watch it in the best stream possible. And tune in next week for the latest in wrestling news. Thanks very much for listening, guys. Make sure you like the Facebook page, like this video, comment on the post I post on the Facebook page, and comment down below. And I'd like to hear more of your thoughts.